Let's hope I'm in focus. What's up guys, I'm Skylar, but you already knew that. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing a short, hopefully short video about my wisdom teeth surgery experience. So I'm just gonna jump right into that. So I found myself looking for a lot of videos when I was about to go into this kind of consultation about other people's experience with wisdom teeth surgery, because I feel like it's such a thing in like high school. You see everyone getting their wisdom teeth taken out and you see the videos on Twitter of people saying funny stuff or doing funny stuff or whatever. But that was the only side of it I saw. I really didn't know much about the recovery process or the kind of struggles that came along with it. Like people who had gotten them out had told me a little bit about that, but I never really knew like what it would be like for me. I also fully acknowledge that it is going to be different for everyone, but I thought having like a sort of a time frame or sort of something else, like the more experiences that there were out there, the more you could kind of gauge what you might be like. I think that I bruise very easily and it's very hard to find a vein for me when I do blood work or anything like that, but for the most part I do heal generally moderately fast. I wouldn't say I'm like extraordinarily a fast healer or anything. I'm never really like a slow healer, if that makes sense. So for me, when I went in for my consultation, that's all I thought it was going to be. They told me that because of everything going on in the world, that there was a good chance that I wouldn't actually get to have the surgery that day, but if they could squeeze me in, they would squeeze me in, and that is what they ended up doing. For me personally, me and my husband, because I had to have someone drive me obviously, so my husband was outside and we sat in his car for about 4 hours because they kept saying, oh, come in and do paperwork, and then okay, well it'll be another hour, but like stay in the area and don't go home. And even though we live like 10 minutes down the road, we probably should have and could have gone home, but we just sat in the car for like 4 hours, which first world problems, not complaining. Like I totally get they're booked and people had appointments to get the surgery. But the reason that I wanted it that day was because it was either that day or a month from that day. And I am starting a job at a gym by the end of this month, early next month. So I didn't want to just have had my wisdom teeth surgery and then going in to start like my new job. I didn't want to be all swollen and dealing with that. And just, I know myself, I would probably have complained a lot. And that's not a really good vibe to start out a new job with. So I tried to get it done that day. And luckily, I think I was one of the last appointments that they got done that day, but I had my surgery. So basically after we were done waiting, they called me back and I was in like my own little room. Then they were like, okay, like we're gonna, you know, inject the thing. And I was like, okay, because they did an IV on my hand, I think. Or no, it might have been in my arm. I don't remember, to be honest with you. And I knew I was going to be going under, I believe it's general anesthesia. And so they injected that into my IV and then I woke up in the middle of surgery. And that was, people in my experience usually say, oh, that was like the really scary, like the most scariest thing of my life. I wasn't scared so much as I just really wanted to be sure they knew I was awake and that it was okay that I was awake, because I could hear them drilling and I could not really feel it, but I could, you know, my brain knew that they were ripping my teeth out. And so just girly things. After I woke up in the middle of that, I was like, the whole thing. And I remember the surgeon going, you always give me the hard ones. And I went, I'm sorry. And I didn't know, like no one told me that it makes you emotional. I knew it made you groggy and whatever, whatnot, but no one told me that it makes you emotional. Anyone that knows me probably would say that I'm a relatively emotional person to begin with, so this was not like a great thing for me. But I kind of just, you know, tried to calm myself down. And then I remember like, I think I went back to sleep and then I woke up and I was done. So as far as the it makes you emotional aspect of that, I remember being wheeled out and no one was really talking to me. And then I saw my husband and I was like, you came for me. Like I started crying. I was just bawling and they were like, oh yeah, it'll make her emotional. And then I also did take some footage of me right afterwards. So if you are squeamish or you don't really like blood or whatnot, you could totally skip through this part, but it was not really super bloody or anything. It was mostly me being, you know, post-surgery.
I know what I'm gonna look like with lip filler.
I don't know, is that what you're gonna look like? Maybe.
I like it.
You like it?
Maybe if I could
Uh-huh.
You're so mean to me.
What do you mean I'm so mean to you? What are you talking about?
Because I feel like an idiot for treating me like a toddler. Because he thinks it's funny that I can't talk normally and there's blood coming out of everything. And I'm in pain.
I look the same way.
I cried so much.
You cried so much. Why'd you cry?
Because it hurt and they were ripping all my teeth out. I literally heard them go and I'm like, I'm alright! I'm alright! And they were like, shut the f up!
They didn't really say that.
No, but they were just like, oh, you always give me the hard one. And I'm like, sorry. I'm emotional.
And guess what? They're all out now. You don't have to go through it again.
I hope they went to heaven. I hope they went to heaven.
They're in teeth heaven, baby. Don't you worry. Alright, cutie. Your teeth are in teeth heaven. It's okay.
I love Jesus. I hope that they go to heaven too.
They'll go to heaven, baby. Don't you worry.
This is pathetic.
No, you're adorable. Hey? I know. Try not to leak blood on yourself, okay?
So yeah, after that happened, we went and got my medicine that I was going to be on antibiotics. I got Tylenol with codeine in it, and then I got 600 milligrams of ibuprofen for the swelling. And then I pretty much just went to sleep. And I would say that I was sleeping and not really eating or doing much for the first 2 days. Those are really the days that you don't want to be needed by anyone. You're going to be out of commission for those first 2 days. The third day I was coherent. There was pain. I was eating applesauce, red Jello, and chocolate pudding. And that was pretty much my diet for, I'd say, the first 6 days for sure. And then I did start to kind of lose weight because of that. So I lost 10 pounds over the course of this applesauce diet, basically. Obviously, it's not sustainable or a healthy way to lose weight. I wouldn't recommend it. But it did work. It did, that's just what happened. And I have been able to keep that off just by, staying in a calorie deficit, but obviously not as severe as I was then. And I'm pretty happy about that, honestly, because if you saw my last video, I have been struggling with my weight a bit, and I'm happy to report I am back down to 160, and I hope to just keep going down from here, hence why I got a job at a gym. So I really just want to start living a more healthy lifestyle and things like that. So not what we're talking about, but so the pain, I would say, really wasn't terrible. It was more uncomfortable. And it was definitely bearable for the first, 4 or 5 days. I really don't think I had much pain after that, and I did stop taking my codeine by the 5th day, I think. I probably could have stopped taking it earlier, but I just chose not to because I didn't want to think, oh, I can do it, and then, be in terrible pain. I pretty much just laid in bed and played Animal Crossing, and then on the 5th day, I believe I started eating soups because I really felt like I needed some nutrition. Another really great way that I got nutrition was through smoothies. We went to Jamba Juice probably 3 times through the course of my recovery, and I honestly want to keep doing it because it was a great way to get some kale and some vitamins and things like I knew that my body needed to recover quickly and heal. And that was just a really great way to get some nutrition, some much needed nutrition. They do give you a mouthwash. I know that a lot of people say that you get a syringe to clean out the holes in the back of your mouth. I did not get a syringe, and my husband didn't get a syringe when he got his taken out either. So what they did to basically substitute for that was they gave me a mouthwash, and it's a specific kind of mouthwash. They don't want you to use any mouthwashes with alcohol or anything like that for the first few days. For I think the first 7 days, you're not supposed to have any alcohol, like drink or mouthwash for that time frame. Just realized I forgot to add this in, but if you are a smoker, you will also not be able to smoke for the first 3 days. And I would honestly say take this as a great opportunity to stop smoking, because when I was going through my surgery, my husband even said that he weirdly wasn't smoking as much either. So it's good to keep that mindset of like what it's really doing to your body and how beneficial it really is for you, because it's not beneficial for you. So things to keep in mind. And I would say that worked pretty well. I started swishing around the 7th day, just to really get all the food and stuff that was back there out. And now I'm almost fully recovered. They still have a little bit of open space back there. But yeah, I would say I'm back to eating. Like, I had pizza yesterday, which here I am talking about my healthy lifestyle, but I really missed pizza, guys. I needed it. Pretty much back to normal now. I would say I was just really tired for even the first 6 days. You'll definitely want to get a lot of rest, a lot of just like be relaxed, be in a good environment, have a good omen, do your thing. I also am realizing I didn't talk about the swelling, but the swelling will be about this bad for the first 5 days, or at least it was for me, obviously. So this is what I looked like on the 5th day, actually. I look like the Hulk or Gumby. I also know that the swelling is supposed to go down, but I think that's only if you use ice packs on your face, and I did not do that, which probably would have helped, obviously. My tips for how to prepare yourself best, I would say make sure that the environment you're going to be in is clean, because I know that when I see clutter, it gives me anxiety. And so before I got my surgery, I wanted my room to be clean because I knew I was going to be in there for a while. I wanted to have like a good bedside table set up. So that was definitely a really nice thing to have, just that extra space to set your water down on. The other thing you'll need to know is if you use a water bottle such as myself, you cannot drink out of straws for the first 7 days. I believe it might be the first 5 days. But I took that as the opportunity to clean my water bottle because it has a straw in it too. So I gave that a good rinse and wash, and now I'm back on my water bottle with my straw. I would definitely also say in preparation for the surgery, have someone that you know is going to be there and take care of you. My husband did an amazing job. He was always eager to get me anything that I needed, and he was so sweet throughout the whole recovery process. So thank you, Trevor. Other than just the basics, obviously do what your doctor recommends you to do what your surgeon tells you to do, especially when it comes to the upkeep. Definitely follow their guidelines and instructions. Other great foods, I would say the list that I got had a lot of things that I really just wasn't comfortable eating because I didn't want too much food getting stuck back there. So I did try to make macaroni and cheese on the 3rd day, and that was a no-go for me. I had like 2 bites and I was like chewing them with my front teeth, couldn't do it. But pastas and soft foods and chicken noodle soups, and if you're vegan, Amy's soups are really great, and not too much stuff will really get stuck back there. I had a few of those too. That, and I guess milkshakes, and you can make some great vegan milkshakes as well if you are vegan. But definitely also take that into consideration. You're probably not going to want to make your own food, so if you are vegan or you do follow a special diet, meal prep beforehand with soft things that you know you'll be able to eat. Not full course meals, because really honestly it takes me like so much longer to eat food since my surgery, and that's not going to be a lasting thing, but it just like trying to not get food in the back of my mouth. I've been more mindful with how I chew and what I eat. So those are pretty much all of the tips that I can think of as of now. If you like my videos or my style or anything like that, feel free to subscribe. The button is down below, and you could turn your post notifications on as well if you want to see all of my videos that I upload. I'm going to try to start uploading on a more consistent basis, but I am definitely not like a full-on YouTuber, and I am a full-time college student going into my internship. So I'm hoping to get a lot of behind the scenes of an interpreting student as well. Interpreting intern now, sorry. Thank you so much for watching, and please let me know if you like this video. Feel free to leave a comment below or leave it a like if you really did like it, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.